Good morning, welcome to my channel. Today is the 26th of November 2021. I know it is because I looked on the calendar. See? So just sooner or later I'll get the hang of it. We are working on our snow babies playing with a Christmas decoration ball, I presume. Let me see. For some reason I can't see in. I don't know why. Okay. Start symbol 7. I think I'm going to have to put the paper over here. So I will not stick myself to the canvas. Let's see. Ding, ding, ding. Shake, shake, shake. And then shake it all around. You guys want to line up, please? Okie doke. I don't know. Does the wax dry out overnight? That reminds me of an ancient old song. Does your chewing gum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight? If you remember that song, then you're older than I am. I thought it was a cute song. It's a rainy, gray day. Weird as it sounds, I'm beginning to miss snow. Last year, as I told you about 100 times, we did not have snow in this city where we are right now. Of course, we had snow in Hungary, but we just didn't have it in this particular city. Small city. All the Christmas decorations are up. Every lamppost is decorated, and the trees got a string of lights. And tomorrow, in the park, you remember we went walking there. I showed that to you. They're going to set up the city Christmas tree, everybody's Christmas tree. And on Sunday, they're going to light the first candle in the Advent wreath. This is a majority Catholic community, very active in traditions and very active as far as religion is concerned. But a lot of the traditions are continued even in the church, such as the wearing of the national costume on certain holidays, and they take great pride in wearing the beautiful traditional clothes. The widowed ladies in all black. I have seen that wedding dress was black with a white head dress, sometimes just wide white ribbons. Rarely do I see a veil on that. Now, let me explain. Even if the bride had a white dress, she would have black shoes in the village for the very simple reason economy. They don't want to waste money to buy a white shoe that she will never wear again except for that particular day. And of course, to walk to the church, usually they would walk through the village. Everybody can see the bride, music playing. It's a whole event for the whole village to enjoy. And the streets may be muddy or dusty or whatever, so her white shoes would not stay white for long. So they would wear black shoes. I grew up in a city. I thought that was very strange. The bride did look beautiful in her black dress, of course, silk. At least 10 skirts, taking the place of, I presume, petticoats. Usually when a girl got married, now her mother would start her hope chest rather quickly after she is born, because there was a lot of items that need to be, sewn, embroidered, knitted, crocheted, whatever she was able to do. So when the time comes for the daughter to marry, her hope chest will be filled, and she should have enough clothes to last her for the first year. Now the skirts were usually tied with a ribbon, in the waist, with not an elastic waist, with a drawstring. Of course, we have the very thin pleated skirts. They can be adjusted, because hopefully every bride hopes that she would have a baby by the first anniversary. And there was no special maternity clothes. Since these could be adjusted with a drawstring, so they can adjust to the change of her shape. And then the top blouse shirt would be worn on the outside rather than tucked in. So that solved the problem of maternity clothes. Don't have to spend extra money. The night shirts was, of course, made to be large, so that need not be replaced. Of course, there were special embroidered night clothes, because people would come visit the new mommy and the baby, and she would be all prettied up, laying in bed, of course. That's why it was called a child bed, because she would be staying in bed. And then the ladies would bring food, gifts for the baby. There's no such thing as baby showers. And the majority of them handmade. Little shirts, little sleeping gowns. The babies were wrapped up in what is called in Hungarian a poja, which I would say is like this shape, round on the top, goes on the bottom, and then the bottom gets folded over the top, and then tied with pretty ribbons or whatever. It would be crocheted around the edge of it, fancier for a girl, simpler for a boy. And And the christening dress would be in the same very elaborately white embroidered and the little cap, would have more lace around the edge of the cap, around the face for the girl, nice big bow with lace on it. For a boy, it would be a little simpler, just one line of lace around. And that would be passed on from generation to generation. A lady of the house would never be sitting idle. She would, even if she was resting, she would be either sewing, embroidering, crocheting, knitting. Always there would be some work in her hands. Even the ladies would sit in front of the house on a bench. They would have benches in front of the houses, sit around, gossip, talk, complain about husbands, the usual thing. Even then, she would take out her, whatever she was working on, while she was out in front, resting, watching the world go by. If she was just sitting idle, I don't think that, the village gossip would be positive about her. And yes, there's gossip everywhere. We used to have a joke in the village. We don't need telephones. Everything is discussed over the back fence, at the end of the backyard. When you're out there, you have a vegetable garden and what have you. And then the ladies would walk toward the end of their property, and the other one would walk toward the end, and then it would discuss whatever they heard in the village or saw, have a little chit-chat. And then they would go back to do the little gardening work, collect what's needed. Usually, because every day there's soup made, so usually they would need, onions, carrots, parsnips, pepper, tomato, usual stuff that you find in a garden. Each one would look at the other one, how well they keep it, how well they clean it out of the weeds, and how straight the lines are of the vegetables planted. So does it look nice and neat and in order? Well, of course, since there was no television or anything else, and they were stay-at-home moms, so naturally they had more time to do it a little slower. And everyone would take pride, of course, in their nice work that they do. It was expected from a girl to know the basics of housekeeping. As for myself, when I first came to Hungary, I didn't even know how to, I knew how to make a fire. I mean, hell, I was a Girl Scout, But I didn't know that you're supposed to open the trap door to release the smoke from the kitchen stove. We nearly had smoke poisoning or whatever you call it. When I think about it, we did laugh a lot. We had a disco outhouse because a workman's flashlight fell into it. Couldn't get it out. And it was blinking on and off for a whole week. So naturally, everyone went around in the village. Look at these weird Americans. They're having disco lighting in the outhouse. And I was like, if you want to get the flashlight out of the toilet, out there, you're welcome to it. But, I mean, you got the picture, there was just no way to get it out and it wouldn't die. I was like, how long do these batteries last anyway? I figured all we need is music and we can be dancing on top of the outhouse. Yeah, we had funny things happen. You do need a sense of humor if you are going to accept such a challenge as to moving to a different country. You need to have an open mind. You need to I just stopped learning English. I forgot. You need to know how to adapt yourself to the new situation, and you need to be a bit gentler on yourself than I was. Give yourself the time, and everything will be fine. Hardest thing I learned was to ask for help. I was raised, you got a problem? Good. You know what the problem is, you can solve it. And I was like, nope, I can't. I don't know how. And I learned it's okay not to know everything. It's perfectly fine. Just ask for help. And that was the hardest lesson I had to learn. Swallow your pride. No, you cannot do everything and you do not know everything. It's okay. Nobody expects you to. Just ask. And another thing, ask the right question. I was raised, when you want to say something, use the least amount of words in the fastest amount of time. Well, that doesn't work in Hungary. A Hungarian can explain anything. Absolutely anything. And you're like, are you kidding me? You're really going to explain to me why I am choking to death on the smoke? Yes, dear, you are choking to death on the smoke because you are a ding-dong and you don't know how to open the trapdoor. And you're like, thank you. I have a strong streak of sarcasm. And you have to be careful because not everyone understands a sarcasm, and they don't realize that it's not really the way you're saying it. It's a sarcasm, like, haha. And they will get offended. So they just look at you like, strange paper with a strange sense of humor. I mean, city dwellers, poor things. You get those looks like, yeah, totally useless people. We had a lot of funny moments. Like in America, when I was learning English, I called a pheasant a peasant. Yeah. Nope, I did not have a dull life. My sister used to have a quote on her Facebook page that said, "I want to die with having memories and not only wishes." Think about that. I thought about that the first time I got on a plane and went to Egypt, because my mother's dream was to visit Egypt, and it always remained a dream. She never did get to visit Egypt. So then I understand about having memories and not only dreams. The hardest part is the first step to take, right? I thought, oh my God, traveling to Egypt, that's probably so difficult. No, it isn't. I ordered my ticket online, went to the airport, got on a plane. 3 hours later, I was in Egypt, and I was informed I am in Africa. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm in Egypt. They go, yeah, that's Africa. And I'm going like, really? And then you go to the nice policeman over there. You pay your $1 and you get your visa for 1 month, your tourist visa. I think now they stopped that, but at that time, that's how we did it. And then you go outside, you grab a taxi, and you go to the hotel room that you have reserved. I thought to myself, this is simpler than going to the Balaton for the weekend. It was a nice airplane ride. Feed you, give you a lot to drink all the time. It was enjoyable. After I had about 4 or 5 trips, I sort of knew already the crew. And, you going to your apartment in Luxor? I go, yes, I am. They already knew what I like to eat and drink. Once there was a problem with the catering, and the steward, the male, came, said, we're having dinner. What would you like? I said, well, I think I chose chicken. I would like that. And he goes, well, we have 3 options. We have fish, and we have fish, and we have fish. Which one would you like? I go, chicken. And he goes, we have 3 options. We have fish, and we have fish, and we have fish. And I go, well, in that case, I think I'll take fish. That was funny. I think there was some problem with the catering, or didn't load up everything what they should have. I don't know. It was delicious, no problem with that. And the steward did apologize. And he said, well, I don't know what happened. I said, well, if you don't know, I don't know either. He said, that's okay, no problem. I'm not going to starve to death in 3 hours, Because they do the same thing that we do in Hungary. When you visit somebody, they start piling food on the table. And heaven forbid that you say, oh, thank you, I'm not hungry. Then they go and make something else because probably you don't like what they put in front of you. So they want to make something else to please you. So you might as well just take a few bites of whatever is given and say thank you. Don't put more on your plate. If you're having, individual plates, then you can eat. But leave a tiny bit on your plate for the gents to eat. Actually, it was funny. I used to feel so sorry. The ladies are in the kitchen. They don't sit down with us, and here we are eating all this delicious food. And after a while, I would have people over in my apartment, and the ladies would be in the kitchen. We were all having fun. I didn't speak Arabic, they didn't speak English. Yes, it was funny. Yeah, we took out the most delicious portions of the food. So after that, I did not feel so sorry for the ladies stuck in the kitchen. I go, so that's how it works. Okay, thank you for spending some time with me this morning. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Please hit the like and the subscribe button. Bye-bye for now.